We talk about the world of nu metal. We talk about who's festing. We talk about who's tweeting. We talk about who's activating the pit near you. But there's something new that we're doing here in 2025. And that's going viral, baby.
Roach Koach
podcast.
That's right. The Koach, after many, many years, has finally gone viral. And we can give it all up. Honestly, people might say, shouldn't you guys give it up to Korn? We can give it up to Korn, but we've got to also give it up to one Mr. Matt Nas.
Thank
Who
you.
put in that hard work to make an incredible video. You may have seen it. It's been seen over 700,000 times on TikTok.
It's crazy.
Insane number.
Is it 350,000 times on Instagram?
350,000 times on Instagram. Over 200,000 times on YouTube Shorts. Add those numbers up.
Over 1 million views.
Over 1 million views across.
It's pretty fun. It's
fun.
super fun.
An incredible number.
And it's been seen 10 times on Facebook.
It's been seen 10 times on Facebook, which, I mean, honestly,
Which is pretty viral for Facebook.
Pretty viral for Facebook. Yeah.
Fuck, it sucks so bad.
It's bad now. It's real bad. But I got to tell you that I have a newfound sympathy for anyone who's got any sort of semi-fame who I've DM'd and they haven't DM'd me back. I get it now because your mentions are insane now. My phone, as we speak, Matt, you posted this video 2 weeks ago?
Well, by the time this is released, it will have been posted over 2.5 weeks ago.
2.5 weeks ago. My phone, Instagram notifications, just bip, boop, 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 all the time. And I had to mute it at one point because I was like, I just can't. I mean, I'd literally be at work and I'd look at my phone and it'd just be like, Korn. And I was like, okay, yep, people have found the video. People are still finding the video. If I go into TikTok, by the second, people are sharing, commenting. It's incredible. It is legitimately overwhelming. It feels amazing. I'm hoping 1/15 of these people check out the actual pod.
Yeah, we just need that 0.1%.
Listen, just a few of them to come on over. So, but it's an exciting start. Matt, your work that you did on this video, I don't think needs to be explicated again because the video is out there. Everyone can see it. But you did break down the 61 seconds that Korn changed music forever. All the comments largely in agreement with you, I'd say.
I would say that we're probably a hard 80% full agreement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just nothing more than to stop by, say hi, and I like Korn too. That's probably like a hard 80% of the comments.
Yeah.
There's 10% that are history teachers that are just like...
Oh, Matt, are you talking about the Mr. Bungleheads? Are you talking about the Bungleheads?
No, I don't know if you know this, but a regular guitar has 6 strings on it.
Okay. All right.
Korn.
The Korn's guitars.
They have 7 strings on them.
Oh, really? Okay.
And because of that, some would say that leads to their signature sound.
Interesting.
But recently, 10% of the comments have been informing me that not only is their signature sound it should be applied to Mr. Bungle, like just say they stole Mr. Bungle's sound, but it also needs to be pointed at the bass player and his 5-string bass.
Interesting. Okay. So an interesting redirect there. I got to say, one of my favorite comments was asking why you were even in the video.
Yes.
Incredible comment. I stared at that one like, I was like, dude, do you know what the internet is? Do you know what's going on here?
Well, okay, so let me tell you the story about how this came to be.
Yeah.
Since I left GM, I have very much been focusing on social media and editing and trying to get our podcast seen by more people, but also trying to help other people get videos seen. And I've been taking classes and just like working on the craft because it is literally a craft. There's 100,000 people right now that will tell you how to make a viral video, and hardly any of them are right.
Right.
All the advice really comes down to give the biggest amount of people something that they're interested in.
Yeah.
And I was like, this idea hit me like a bolt of blue, because the first 61 seconds of Blind, if you like nu metal at all, you like the first 61 seconds of Blind. And I think I said to you at one point, I'm like, if this doesn't work, I am out of it. I'm getting a job anywhere tomorrow. I'm like, it's over. I cannot do this. And it's a great relief that it did connect with so many people, but I'm under no false pretenses that like Korn did 98% of the work in that video. I just was like, hey, let me put a little spin on it for the old Roach Koach. So I'm very happy that that came to be. But the 10% that are telling me about Mr. Bungle, yes, I did watch that video where Head specifically says, yeah, it's the bungle chord. He literally calls it the bungle chord. But I do have to say, in that 10%, we had a 0.0001% comment because one of the co-writers of the song chimed in.
There it is. There it is. The co-writer of Blind commented on the video, has seen it, has acknowledged the coach. We did it. We did it.
This was when I got that one, because that one came pretty early. It really didn't start rolling on Instagram until about 5 days in. Like, freaking TikTok was immediate. It was like, Lauren, have you seen? You came over to record the Pact.
Yes.
And I was like, have you seen TikTok? And you're like, no. I'm like, it's at 150,000. And you were like, huh?
Matt, if I had notifications set up on my phone for TikTok, my battery would be dead. TikTok is...
You would have thrown your phone away.
When people say, I'm going to throw my phone into the ocean, they're referring to having notifications set to TikTok if their video goes viral. It's
if there's somebody who just performs.
What a thing I'm complaining about. But truly, it's non-stop, and I love it. It's amazing. I've never experienced anything like it. Never experienced anything like it.
And truly, I will tell you, whether the comment's positive or negative, it's getting alerted nearly every comment I see.
I have never, when it's such an overwhelming flow that truly a negative comment, I've never felt more like clicks of views of you, bro. Like whatever.
It really did detach. It really detaches your emotion. Like if Chad Radical's like, you guys fucking suck now, you let me down, I would be crestfallen. I'd be like, oh God, what the, wow, holy shit, we fucked up bad. Them being like, what's this dummy doing talking? I don't care at all. I do not care at all that you're like, why is he talking? He's ruining the song. Then just listen to Blind. That's all you have to do.
It's very easy. It's very easy.
There's a last 10%. There's a last, so 10% want to inform us that we got something wrong. Oh, another one that we'll see is that Deftones did not.
Ooh, Matt, see, this is the thing with that. I feel like a lot of people will point out different parts of the video and go, I like when Matt did this. I like when Matt did this. This was a savvy move. I like how Matt highlighted this. But I will say for me, as a friend and a fan, putting the Deftones logo in there, it's insane. It's such a good move because it's like, wonder if this is gonna set off any maniacs. Oh, did it ever? They're seething.
They're just dripping. Like,
there's Deftones existed since 1989. I was just sitting there. I saw the trailer for the new Captain America and the Harrison Ford turning into Red Hulk, and I was like, that's every single person who saw Matt who they saw Red and they turned Red Hulk when they saw that Deftones logo.
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, beautiful move. I think if you do any more of these, you should also, I think the next time you do one, whatever band it is, you should put in either the Beatles logo or Led Zeppelin. Just throw it in there. It's like influenced so many bands, Black Sabbath logo just pops up. Oh man, tables flipped. People be going through the walls. And those numbers, up.
That's
up. So thank you, everyone.
The newest one should be out by the time this episode hits.
Well, there we
So
go.
this is an ongoing series. This will not be just a one of one. Like, we did it. We're
That's
done
right.
working.
No.
No, we're going back to the lab. And the
Yeah.
final 10% is Korn sucks and you're dumb for liking them. Those are great ones. Like,
You know what? Hearing from people who don't like Korn so much that the algorithm served them a Korn video.
right?
Yeah, motherfucker. I'm sure. Yeah, Korn sucks. Korn sucks. Sucks so much they're in your playlists. Sucks so much the algorithm said you need to see this.
I'm not buying what you're selling here.
I don't believe it.
Korn's terrible.
Korn's terrible. Anyway, Alone Eye Break's actually not bad.
I mean, Shoots and Ladders pretty good. Shoots and Ladders pretty.
yeah.
I like the dubstep record. I think that's pretty good.
You know what? Oildale, I kind of give it credit, but otherwise, I fucking hate
I hate them. They're just the worst.
Yeah, and somebody's going to be like, Dad, it's Thanksgiving. You can stop talking about this. Why are you bringing this up? It's amazing. And then if anyone wants to write in about the fact that Matt's new metal math on the percentage of people commenting is over 100%. Yep.
I said 80, 10, and 10, right?
You said 10% 5 times. You said another 10%.
Oh no,
10%.
in that 10%.
This
10%
is even better new metal Matt. It's 10% of the 10%.
So there's 80% that are all positive.
Okay.
There's 10% that is feedback based.
90%.
The majority, to take the total to 90. In that 10%, a majority of them are, did you know that they ripped the beginning off from Primus? Did you know that they stole the chord from Mr. Bungle? Deftones were here before Korn. So like that's in that 10%.
Okay.
And the last 10% is some version of Korn sucks and you're an idiot for liking Korn.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Oh, I knew metal math myself.
You knew metal math yourself, and I love it so much. So thank you, everybody who's been sharing, who's joined us, who will join us. The new metal journey is just begun. Matt, let's talk about our influence since now we're viral. We received this message mere minutes ago before we started recording.
Yeah, buddy.
A segment called Who Did It Again?
Who did it again?
Did the Koach kick off the return of Spineshank? Mere minutes ago, a video was posted on Spineshank's official socials of a crowd chanting Spineshank, the Spineshank logo illuminating in neon lights. Spineshank returns on the same day that we post our review of Spineshank's third album, whose name I can't remember right now, but we did.
Self-inflicted.
Hold on. Nope, that's wrong.
It's
self-destructive pattern.
There
That's
it is.
it. We did it. Listen, when we got this message, and Ryan sent it to us. Thank you, Ryan. And I want to say, when we got it, and he said, "Is this you guys?" All I could think was, nothing makes a band say, "Boys, we got to get back out there." When a new metal podcast says your third album had 3 good songs, that's when you know you gotta get the boys.
You gotta hit the road again,
guys. Our third record, it's got 3 rippers on it. One's called Slavery. Get the van. We're hitting the road. But honestly, this is great. I'm glad the Spineshank got it back together. Now is the time to do it.
Heck yeah.
Now is the time to do it. And you might say, why is now the time to do it? And now is the time to do it because we've got to talk about Who's Festing.
Who's Festing?
Now, Matt, you love Who's Festing. This is, you're on the record. It's your favorite feature on the show.
Yeah,
and
I hate it.
The thing you love about it is that I present to you a poster.
Mm-hmm.
This poster of an event will have a large breakdown, 3 to 5 to 7 to 25 days in a row of bands, in which I then read them to you and we say whether or not we know who they are. And maybe we riff, or sometimes I just read you a list of bands for 5 minutes. Yep. It's an unpredictable segment. No one ever knows what could happen next. And sometimes we just end up talking about bathrooms. That's fine. It's the Roach Koach promise. Louder Than Life decided to twist it on us this year. They're doing a slow drip reveal. Now, what this means is they're revealing a few bands every day. Now, knowing how many bands tend to be at Louder Than Life in Louisville, Kentucky.
Mhm.
This means that they are going to be revealing bands for the next 8 months. I don't know other way. Listen, Matt, I don't know any other way. If they are putting them out at this clip of a few every day, and we know how many people, it's going to take forever to find out all the bands.
Yeah.
As we record this, this is who they've announced so far: Slayer, Acid Bath, Let Live. We're going to talk about this logo in a minute. Lorna Shore, Counterparts, Static X, Mudvayne, Throne, Chimera, Walls of Jericho, 12 Stones, and Landmarks. Now, anyone who knows a Louder Than Life lineup knows that that's just the afternoon on a
Right.
Thursday. There's
Actually, all of those bands could be performing at the same time.
They could be on 5 to 12 different stages. So it's entirely possible that Spineshank announces this reunion today, and they will be announced as being added to Louder Than Life in
10 weeks.
10 weeks. Maybe that'll be, mid-April. Spring is coming up, and everyone's, hey, by the way, Spineshank, they're going to be
The
Louder Than
Shank
Life.
is back.
The Shank is back. They're playing Friday afternoon, on the Jägermeister stage. Could happen. So
They would be playing the Jägermeister stage.
honestly, I feel like every stage at Louder Than Life is the Jägermeister stage. Like I'm on the Jägermeister stage. Where are you playing? Jägermeister stage East.
No, I'm on Bang Energy West.
I'm on the Monster Energy Drink South. Yeah, so I guess stay tuned as a Louder Than Life slow drips this reveal. I do want to talk very briefly though about the band Let Live, and more importantly, their logo. We have become a very logo focused show over the past few years, especially after the
Glassjaw incident.
The Glassjaw, you said incident. I was thinking debacle. Either way, I think these are right. Matt, I'm going to send you a link right now so you can see this logo as well. And I want to say that after the Glassjaw thing happened, a lot of people were sympathetic, but a lot of people were like, guys, it was so obvious. It was so obvious. It was so obvious. It was Glassjaw. It was so obvious. It was a combination of the G and the J. Iconic, you guys. We got a lot of shit for it. I'm not moving on my stance, but I hear you and I see everybody. Now I see this logo for the band Let Live, which is Let Live all together, all lowercase, period. That's how their name is written out. But their logo is 2 tall blocks with a smaller little block inside a rectangle.
I was like, why does this pause symbol have a period next to it?
It looks like broken Pong, like somebody.
It definitely has broken Pong. Yeah.
I look at this and I go,
and
Mhm.
okay, the period in the regular Let Live exists, but so I'm expected to believe that this is just 2 lowercase L's. Because it has to be, because the period is off fucking set. It doesn't line up. It is not on the same plane.
All I'm going to say is that I'm really kind of mad that Let Live didn't decide to do a group photo like everyone else did here, okay? Mudvayne's group photo is incredible. Unbelievable work. Everybody, current day, in makeup. One dude's got fuck written on his head. Incredible stuff.
They did the work.
They did the fucking work. Counterparts are standing in front of a giant bonfire. Amazing. Let's see. Lorna Shore had their picture taken inside their doctor's office. Interesting choice, but all right. Chimera, they got theirs taken in a room with no light and lots of smoke. Yeah. 12 Stones, they got theirs taken, it looks like under duress. Sorry, our bad. We'll leave you alone. And Landmarks took theirs before they got a pizza. Listen, these are all things that could have been done. And yeah, I'm not thrilled about it. But stay tuned.
You'll be happy to know that their last release is from 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Called Let Live, and it's called If I'm the Devil. We have to hear them now.
Let's check it out.
We've shit talked them enough. Let's see what they got. Okay. Familiar sounding.
Matt, listen, rock radio, it's gonna need a track, baby. And this
Yep.
is that track. This is that rock radio track. Honestly, this came on, I wouldn't dive at the dial. Not that I've ever dived at a dial or dove
Oh,
at
I don't know if I've ever dived at a dial.
dove at a dial, dive at a dial.
I mean, what songs would make you dive at a dial?
If I'm diving at the dial or daving, going for the dial. If the
Yep.
dial is there and I'm like, I got to get to it, stat.
You're not cranking it up.
I'm cranking
You're
it.
cranking it down.
Mhm. The one song I always remember being very much not a fan of was, I think they were called The Refreshments.
Yes.
That is a very bad song. Always had to turn that off whenever 89X would play that
The
one.
Refreshments. What? I just know the band name. This song, I feel like it sucked.
It did. The song was, let's see, their Wikipedia's got to tell me what their breakthrough song was. Bandidos.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
Oh.
A very bad song. I remember a song that I initially thought was okay,
Holy shit. Oh my God. This cover.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. The dive. I'm
Go
diving
for the dial.
I'm diving. Yeah, so that would be that's my pick. That's my pick right there, Matt. What about you? What's got you diving for the dial?
You know, not dive. I mean, I don't dive for the dial very often.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it changes throughout the thing. This one, definitely.
Okay.
But now,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm lying if I say Santeria, but I never want to hear Santeria again.
Oh, I mean, I was also definitely diving for the dial in Santeria. That probably would have been my number 2. That's top tier, one of the worst songs of all time. And it's insane to me that it's like some people's like number 1 of all time.
Oh,
like,
they love it. Like,
oh yeah.
You know what? Different strokes, man. Different strokes.
Yes, different strokes. You know what? Let us know what song has you diving for the dial.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll cover it on another edition of Who's Tweeting.
Matt, let's talk about who's listing.
Who's listing?
Matt, I know, we all love him. Josh Toomey is back at metalinjection.net with another hot new metal list.
Love it.
He posted this on January 29th. And it's called 5 new metal movie soundtrack songs you need to revisit. I, of course, clicked this so fast. 1, it's Josh Toomey. 2, it's new metal. 3, I love movies.
I do too.
He says, remember when movie soundtracks kicked ass? Me too. In this article, I take a look back at tracks that were released exclusively on a movie soundtrack. Some of the songs were the brainchild of producers that wanted to blur genre lines, and some were just fans of the band and wanted new tracks for their feature films. The first here, Matt. This is a song I don't believe we've ever talked about on the show, which is too bad because it's incredible. It's Teething by Deftones from the Crow City of Angels soundtrack. This is what Josh Toomey had to say. Deftones dusted off a B-side from the Adrenaline Sessions for the sequel to the Brandon Lee masterpiece. In my opinion, this is one of the better songs from the early days of the band and should have been on the debut album. It is a definite non-skip anytime it comes on the shuffle, even though they may owe Faith No More a sandwich for the riff. Interesting, Josh. So Josh is saying Faith No More deserves a sandwich. So is that what everybody was saying to you, Matt, in the comments? Does Korn owe Mr. Bungle a sandwich?
Well, yeah.
Turkey sub?
I think we all owe Mike Patton a sandwich.
We all do. If you see Mike Patton out and he's about to pay for a sandwich, if you see him at a Subway, or somewhere, Jersey Mike's, say, Mr. Patton.
Don't worry about it.
It's on me. I got you. I got you, buddy. So this song, Matt, are you familiar with Teething?
I am not.
Matt?
I don't believe I've ever seen Crow City of Angels.
Okay, so Matt, I did an episode of the POD cast in which we watched and talked about all of the Crow movies and the Crow soundtracks. And I had seen Crow City of Angels in the theater when it came out. I was
Wow.
amped. My buddy had the soundtrack. I borrowed it all the time. Eventually got my own copy.
I might be lying. I might have seen Crow City of Angels in
Well,
in
Matt,
the theater.
I can tell you that when I saw it in theater, I was like, R-rated movie. I'm in high school. This is sick. Like, it's got swearing. It's got killing. It's got it all. There's Deftones songs in it. Deftones are in the movie. They play this song in the movie. I can tell you on rewatch, this is bar none one of the worst films ever. it's nearly unwatchable. The editing is atrocious. There's a sequence in which the crow is like in a crowd of people, and I guess he's supposed to be disoriented, but the way that he is acting and the way that it's cut is the same as when Pee Wee Herman has to rescue the snakes from the burning pet store. He's ah! I don't think that was the effect they were going for. Even though anyone who knows Pee Wee saving the pets from the burning pet store is an iconic scene in an iconic film filled with iconic scenes.
Yes.
I always remember watching that film with my dad, Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and my dad saying, he hates snakes, like really quietly, as if I didn't get the joke. And I was like, I got it. This is going to be a great bit. So in any event, Teething, Deftones, let's go.
All right. Yeah, buddy.
It's a lost classic. It's incredible. I want to say it to you right now. Can we have, this is a first for the show. Can we have a mini canon talk right now?
Buddy, you need a mini canon talk?
I need it right now.
Mini canon talk.
Oh, let's talk about the canon. Matt, this song by Deftones, I would say, is better than anything on Adrenaline.
Holy shit. No.
Yes.
For real life?
Yes. For real life.
For real life.
Real life.
Holy shit. For real? I don't know. I'm oh boy. I mean, you just threw a pipe bomb in my lap and we're just like, hope it doesn't blow up on you. That feels like hyperbole.
I have been in love with this song forever. And I can tell you that I've definitely listened to Teething more than I've listened to Adrenaline. And yeah, this is just, I agree with Toomey 100%. When he said that today, and I read that in the article, I was like, oh, this boy cracked the code right here. This should have been on Adrenaline. This should have been destined really for the halls of greatness instead of being one of, and the thing is also this song is buried on the soundtrack. It is late in the soundtrack. It's not an early one. All right. And listen though, they got a lot of good early ones on there. Filter Jurassitol's on there. There's a really good Hole cover, a Gold Dust Woman. There's a really good Rob Zombie song. There's some winners, but this Deftones one, I'm just saying it. I think it should go in the new metal canon.
All right. Look, I am not going to stop progress. I am not here to stop progress. I'm going to say that I'm starting to appreciate Deftones a little bit more. That means
is this because you realized how much Korn influenced them?
Yeah. Yeah. Because of all the Korn influence.
Right.
Obvious, you can hear it. Those 7 strings. The Deftones 7 strings.
Yeah.
What I will say is I've definitely been listening to more Deftones because there is a video coming.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you, the hook on this one, it's created by a madman. You think your notification's crazy now? Just you wait.
Oh boy.
Just you wait.
All
you
right,
throw a pipe bomb in my lap, I throw a pipe bomb into the internet.
All right. Okay. Everybody join the Patreon. I'm going to need a new phone because this battery about to be melted.
Yeah, let's put it in. I have no objections to that because I would say Adrenaline is probably of the Deftones records the one I would go back to the least.
Mm.
And if this song stands out that much to you as a fan and to me, that feels like 2 votes. and
Mm.
adrenaline's in.
Yeah, it is. So there you
So
go.
there it is.
Oh,
Mini canon talk. Right in
mini
this.
canon talk. Beautiful. All right. Anything can happen on the Koach, baby. Other songs that he mentions on his list: Judgment Night by Biohazard and Onyx,
Love that one.
Kick the PA by Korn and the Dust Brothers from the Spawn soundtrack. He, to me, points out that this could have been a precursor to Korn's dubstep phase. Good call out. I don't think we mentioned that when we did this. So good call out to me. Now, this was a surprise to me. Make a Move by Incubus from the film Stealth. It's funny, for one, for Stealth to come up because I feel like someone has asked me if I've seen the movie Stealth like 3 times in the last couple of weeks. The answer is no. I actually borrowed a DVD off someone like 7 years ago, and I still have it, and I still haven't watched Stealth.
Stealth is the movie where the plane becomes sentient, right?
Correct. And Jamie Foxx has a supporting role in it, but he just won the Oscar. So when they did the ads for it, they bumped him up in the promo to make it seem like he had a bigger role. But it's actually a Josh Lucas joint. And as we all know, mega superstar Josh Lucas. Toomey writes, Incubus wrote a handful of new songs for the Jamie Foxx-led action film Stealth. Clearly, much like me, Toomey has also now watched the movie Stealth. Make a Move was the first single from the album and featured in the trailer. The album also features a collaboration with Incubus and Chrissy Hind. Guitarist Mike Enzinger stated that director Rob Cohen was a big fan and wouldn't stop asking. A must listen for all Incubus fans, including Rob Cohen. I do love the power of Hollywood that you can just be like, I'm making a movie about stealth fighters. They're alive. And I can only think of one band that can soundtrack this tale. And it's Incubus.
I need the bus.
I need the bus. And the studio being like, Incubus? That's who you think for this? Yes, they're my favorite band, and I want them to do every single song on the Stealth soundtrack. And they were like, well, Rob, I guess you directed The Wiz. Okay. He also did the first Fast and the Furious and the first Triple X. And also, I believe something bad happened to him recently, so we won't talk about that. But anyway, interesting dig on that one, Toomey. Well done. And finally, he posted about New Divide by Linkin Park from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And a couple people had noted the terminology used here. I noted it as well. I will now read it to you. Shinoda and the boys recorded this banger for Michael Bay and the Robots in Disguise. The boys. Thank you, Toomey. While the movies are not my favorites, the way Linkin Park is used in the first two is iconic. The band perfectly encapsulates the feel of the movies, and you can't think of one without the other with this track and what I've done from the first film. This is very true. Very, very true. Matt, how do you feel about the Transformers films?
Fun, but sloppy.
Interesting. I would not use the word fun. Interesting. Expand on that.
The first movie is...
Oh, yeah. The first movie is kind of fun. Yes.
It's fun. That's the only one I've seen. No, I feel like this is Crow City of Angels again with me, where if the sequel sucks, I don't remember it as much. The first one, I definitely remember being in the theater and being like, they're giving me what I want. This is dumb as a box of rocks, but
yeah,
I just heard Optimus Prime speak in the original voice actor's voice, and I watched him transform. I'm pretty happy here. Like the Michael Bay of it all is just on 10 in that film, to the point where it was just like there's no subtlety here. Like,
right. You know, I remember seeing the first one. Rachel and I went to see it, and we were like, yeah, that was Transformers, Michael Bay, and we like accepted it, you know, for what it was. I remember going to see the second film, Revenge of the Fallen, in theaters, I think by myself, and feeling like I was being like tortured to death. Like I couldn't believe how like painful it was to watch it. Somehow, some way, I went to see the third one. Oh, I went to see the third one because they had the falling building sequence that was advertised in the trailers. And at the time, I believe it was like 10 years since 9/11. And I was like, this is so fucking gross. I have to see this for real. And it was, once again, a very awful experience. I did not enjoy myself. I think I read a blog post about how much I hated it, which every now and again I get an email about some guy finds it and yells at me. But anyway.
How dare you?
I know, right? And so then I think I said to somebody, I'm fucking done. I can't deal with this anymore. They make a fourth one. They bring in Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg says a bunch of dumb stuff in the trailer. And Rachel says to me, oh, we got to fucking see this thing. And I was like, really? We do? She's like, it's going to be hilarious. I was like, I don't think it will be, but all right. We get tickets for, in my memory, like a 10 a.m. showing for some absurd reason. We wake up at 9:40 because we went out the night before because we were still in our 20s and we were living our lives. Oh, no, we were in our 30s. But either way, we were living our lives. We raced to the theater, bleary-eyed, and watched this movie at 10 o'clock in the morning, exhausted. Not the way to see this film. Rachel did not think it was hilarious.
No movie is optimized at 10 a.m., I think.
It depends, but it definitely was a bad experience. And so I remember thinking, okay, all right, I'm really got to be out. Then he makes Last Night. The Transformers The Last Night. I think that's what it's called. And at that point, Ronan had just been born. And my buddy's, I heard it's so cranked out. It's so nuts. He just goes total unhinged. There's like stuff in like Knights of the Round Table. And I was like, let's fucking go. This movie was so intense and so insane. And I was so exhausted from being a new dad that I passed out for 10 minutes in the middle of the movie. Not fell asleep. Like literally, I remember it was just like, and I just went, and I was gone. And then I like came to, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I watched him crash like 4 helicopters in a row, just like crash, 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 crash. And by the end of it, I was like, gotta hand it to him. And so by the end of
that's why he gets paid the big bucks.
That's why he gets paid. And by the end of the last night, I was like, you know what? I think you turned the ship around. I think he really did. And then that one didn't do as well. And he's like, all right, I'm not going to direct these anymore. And now he's gone on to do a bunch of other films. And now I'm like full on Michael Bay. I fucking love him. Six Underground, incredible film.
Loved that. That was fun.
Ambulance, loved it. Loved Ambulance.
I've seen that one.
Yeah. Oh, real good. And then what's the one he did? The Benghazi movie, which everybody was upset about. There's a Mercedes-Benz chase in that movie. That's like top tier Hall of Fame shit. Yeah, I'm all in on Michael Bay. And he's got a parkour documentary coming out that I'm like, Michael Bay documentary? Let's fucking go. So that's a little movie talk, movie pod mixed
That's
in.
exactly what you're expecting with your Roach Coach.
With your Roach Coach. So yeah, so Josh Toomey, you did it once again. Metalinjection.net for more Toomey goodness. Matt, let's talk about who's in those DMs.
Sliding up in.
So we received a lot of DMs, obviously, since we went viral, as you may have heard earlier in the episode. And we received a lot from people that were very excited to hear about us, who have commented on different things. But we also received a message from 2 bands.
Yeah.
The first message is from the band I Am 28Z. Hope I'm saying that right. Or is it 28Z? Either way. They said, hi, we are from Chile, and we play nu metal too. Maybe you can check our music out. And they sent us the song Haciende.
Yes, they did. If you're gonna smooth it out a little bit, please do it in another language, because I was there for that.
I was there for all of that.
That was great.
I don't speak the language, but I did catch a little bit of counting. There was some uno, dos, tres in there, and I was like, gotta have some nu metal math. Gotta have some nu metal math. I love it. I love some counting. That was incredible work. Great work. I Am 28Z. I Am 28Z. Incredible work. Chile, nu metal is back. I hope you're touring.
Back.
Listen, Louder Than Life. They're doing slow drip reveals. Get on that bourbon stage. All right. Bourbon stage East. Get on it. All right.
Get on that Fireball whiskey stage.
If you can get on the Red Bull South stage, incredible. If you could, it'd be great. It'd be great. Awesome.
Love that. That's great.
Thank you. So great to receive that. Now, Matt,
mm-hmm.
we've received messages before from the country of Poland, mostly in regard
Your name.
to my last name and how I don't pronounce it correctly. So when I saw this message, I got a little worried. I'm like, am I about to get scolded again? I did not get scolded. I received a message from the band Fifth Column. They said, "Hi, we are a relatively newly founded nu metal band from Poland, and we will be releasing our second single soon called What Up? Maybe you would like to listen to it and let us know how you like it." Now, since they sent us this message, What Up has been officially released. Matt, why don't you and I say what up to What Up?
Great. Fucking great. You boys did it. You did it.
You did it. You call your song, honestly, when they said we have a song calling out, it's called What Up. And I do enjoy, they were so polite in this DM. They're like, we have a song, it's called What Up, if you could check it out. And I remember thinking, if this is a nu metal song called What Up, I really hope that it is like a very menacing What Up. And it sure is. Truly love this. This is great. Nu metal is back. It's in Chile. It's in Poland. It's worldwide, baby.
This video worth the watch. These guys put in the work.
Mhm.
I don't know if you watched the video.
I did watch the video, yeah.
Very much VHS meets mini DV. Perfect. Very, very much trying to capture a time and a place, but at the same time, it feels fresh. I like what they're doing. Super fun. This is great.
It was another one where I saw it and I said, wait, we're only just now getting a nu metal song called What Up in 2025? It's crazy.
Missed opportunity.
Right. Everybody blew it. Yeah. What's
not
everybody doing?
Not for our boys, though. They figured it out.
They figured it out. So Fifth Column, nu metal from Poland. So I'm just going to say, and I never say this, these are my people. These are my people.
They are your people.
Much appreciated it. Fifth Column, keep us posted. Say what up some more. We love
what up.
What up, what up? Matt, we also have to talk about this DM. This DM came in, and this is when I really knew that things had taken a turn
for this DM.
So, Matt, would you like to read this one?
So this was a direct message off of the Korn video. Hey, you. Oh, but by the way, this is from Sergey 83741974. Sounds legit. Oh, also profile pic. No profile pic.
No profile pic. Nope.
Couldn't be bothered to rip an OnlyFans model.
Nope.
Nah.
No.
Leave it to your imagination. Hey, you. Blushing smiley face. I know this might be a little unexpected, but I noticed your profile picture I noticed your profile and couldn't help but contact you. I love your eyes. Would you be interested in talking? P.S. Promise I'm not a stalker.
And then they're using the moaning face emoji.
Oh boy. That's what that is?
Maybe I'm saying a little too much about myself and how I've seen it used in the past, but I've always taken that to be a moaning face. So.
Were you with the boys from Spineshank and all those Evil Angel videos?
Matt, I'm just saying that.
I made you blush there. I made you blush pretty hard.
Matt, listen.
I'm a square now, man. I'm a fucking cube, bro.
Man, listen, Matt. Things can get wild in the DMs. That's all I'm gonna say.
Things get wild in the DMs, and so, this Matt, is a wild DM.
This is a wild DM. Tell me, Matt, how are things going with Sergey 83741974?
Well, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice I don't have eyes anymore. No.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna chalk that one up to a misconnection. Sometimes things work out, and sometimes they don't.
That's true.
But I don't want that to stop anyone else from sliding into those DMs.
Slide up in. Give him a shot.
Give him a shot. Tell Matt that you love his eyes. Say you love my eyes. Say you love the show. Come in. Give us a rec. We love to hear from everyone. Or you can send us an email at roachcoachpodcast@gmail.com. We also enjoy that. Matt, before we close out the show, though, it is important that we do provide an important update in a segment called Who's Updating.
Who's Updating?
Matt, on our previous Who's Tweeting episode, we did a previous movie pod, and we talked about the film Better Man
Oh gosh.
I explained
The
that
financial nightmare that is the film Better Man.
it is not doing well financially. I did my part, but it looks like it largely was a commercial failure. And in the comments of that episode, friend of the show and the person I went to see the film with, Ashley Woolsey, rolled in with a comment. Matt, if you would like to read that now.
I'd like to add that since recording this episode, Lauren has admitted he was too hard on Better Man, and the other monkeys he was fighting were past versions of himself. It's called a metaphor, Lauren. Matt, give it a chance. It's a fun watch, and if you like musicals, you'll like it. I do like musicals. I might like it. I don't know, but I'm not going to see it in the theater. I can guarantee you that.
No, you're not, Matt. It's not there anymore. It was a failure. It's gone, baby.
It's already gone?
Oh, for sure. There's no way.
Wow.
I had to drive an hour to go see it. It's gone. So,
Owie.
yeah, it's done. I appreciate Ashley taking something I told her in confidence about my opinion of Better Man and putting it out on the internet. That's fine. No, I did feel after seeing the film The Brutalist and feeling like I was going insane. I was like, I was way too hard on Better Man. I would have killed for more wackiness after sitting through that fucking movie, which I would describe as a series of meetings.
Ooh.
Like going to work. Yeah.
So it was truly just brutal.
Not even in the not it was a real slog. Also, the theater was 0 degrees. And there was an intermission at one point, and I went to get more popcorn because it was popcorn day, so I got free popcorn or free refills. And I said to a guy, "Hey, our theater is like freezing." The guy's like, "They're working on it." They weren't. It was freezing the entire 3 hours and 34 minutes. But I still think the movie would have sucked ass even if it had been comfy cozy. Yeah, there's a part in this movie. This is really I threw my hands in the air. I sighed a lot. Anyone who knows me knows I sigh if I hate a movie a lot. And there's a part in the movie where Adrian Brody yells at a guy who has basically gone behind his back and made some budget cuts. That's the type of fucking movie this is, by the way. And he throws a folder at him and he goes, "You went behind my back and cut my budget?" And he throws it at him. And I'm like, oh, they're about to have it out. And the guy goes, "I wouldn't do that to you. I've got to work with you for the next 6 weeks. I don't want things to be awkward." And I said, what are we doing here? That is a thing a person in real life would say. That is not a movie, though.
Right.
And
were you trying to have stakes? You're like trying to have some kind of something.
During the movie, during the intermission, the couple sitting behind me who were huddled up in a jacket like a bunch of fucking Eskimos said, "Well, I think this is a real guy, right?" And the husband's, "I think so." And I was like, "I don't think it is." I looked up later. It's all made up. I mean, it's based off of like events in the world, but it's all made up. So anything in it that's like super fucking boring is just super fucking boring for no reason. I hated this movie so much.
This movie sucks.
Didn't like it. Don't recommend it. And I'm choking to death, apparently. All right. Anyway, thank you, Ashley, for putting me on blast. Always love it. Matt, there's only one way to close out an episode of Roach Koach, and that's with Stupid Evan Matt's new core for old heads.
Ooh, so old. Yeah, that one didn't feel great.
Matt, you went viral over 1 million times, buddy.
Wow.
You can phone one in, buddy. You can phone
Ring, ring. Hello.
There he is.
Click.
Oh, and he's hanging up. Okay. Matt,
We all know what happens now.
Matt, what is our song this week?
This week we are listening to 7 Hours After Violet's song, Paradise. Love it, love it, love it.
Wow.
For a second there, I was confused because I was like, okay, we're making some choices with these drums on whether or not to play them or whether to play them very aggressively.
Mm.
But I just see that it was dynamics. And when it all comes in there, I'm on board. Punched my ticket. I like that.
So, Matt, I don't know exactly, but there is something in the guitar tone. It's slight. It's not overwhelming. That does give me a little bit of that Christmas vibe that I hate.
Oh,
But it's very subtle in there. And it goes away and comes back, but it's very subtle. But it was this thing where I was like, okay, this is still a little bit Christmas sounding in that way that I don't like, but they've pushed it a little bit further in a way that I almost kind of like it. And I definitely agree with you. When those drums are happening, I was like, oh, that ain't Christmas drums. But some of that guitar,
those ain't Christmas drums.
they ain't Christmas drums. No, baby, that's Easter at best. They ain't Christmas drums though. No, I liked it. I didn't love it because I think there was a little bit chiming in the guitars that I just can't get behind. But I like the stomp to it. I think the drums definitely take it to another level. Now I expect it, but interesting. Sorry, I don't have anything more incendiary than that, but I feel also like maybe my throat is closing up.
I feel like we it's just time to land the plane, dear listeners.
It is. So
well, are we officially in February?
We're officially in February, Matt.
So that means if you were part of the Patreon, we will be putting up the time for our first live stream episode of Who's Tweeting.
That's right.
So look forward to that. And if you aren't a member of the Patreon, feel free to join. You can join at the free level. There's things that we do for the free level. We have one tier. Feel free to join at that level if you want access to the live stream of Who's Tweeting. Feel free to do that.
Yeah, as well as every episode of The Pact, as well as
Gavin Rosdale.
And so much more.
I just put up the Christmas Shuffle, which is the Charles Manson song that I made like 2016.
There you go.
2018? I don't even remember.
2018, yeah.
It had to be 2018.
Yeah. 2016, Matt, you were still like, do I even want to do this? No, 2018 though, you were locked in. Yeah, so head on over there, patreon.com/RoachCoach And indeed, it is the end of the show. Thank you so much for listening. Say hello to us on all of our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, YouTube. We're on all of those. We love all of your comments. 80% of it being positive, 20% being negative, 10% saying it doesn't make any sense what we're talking about. We love them all. We want to read
110%.
110%. We love them all. So keep them coming. And until next time, thank you.